Hello everyone! A new season of anime is blooming onto us, and as I did with the winter season, I shall do it once more. This time with no technical difficulties, hopefully. My guess for the hypeness meter will be no other than Bellamy from One Piece, given spring is kinda his thing. Right off the bat, I want to give a shout out to all the sequels that are coming out. Diamond Ways, ReZero, Classroom of Elite, and many, many more. But between all of them, I think I should highlight Doctor Stone, since I'm pretty sure this is the very last season, and Dorohedoro, that has come back after years stuck in the limbo. But let's go to the new series now, and I have to start with Liar Game. Wishing she would live up to the ideal, Kanzaki Nao's father named her Dudley for honesty. Nao has more than lived up to her father's wishes, even exceeding them and earning the label of a foolish, honest girl. This makes Nao the least qualified candidate for the high-stakes liar game, where winning requires deceiving the opponent out of their money and losing means receiving a massive debt. However, that doesn't stop a box containing 100 million yen in cash and a card informing her of her participation in the game from arriving at her doorstep. Nor does it stop her from being promptly tricked out of the entire sum of money. Upon hearing that a genius swindler responsible for the bankruptcy of a major corporation is being released from jail, Nao goes to the swindler Shinichi Akiyama to enlist his help. With that, the two are drawn into the dark, greed-filled, and deceptive world of the liar game. I have read the manga for this series, so I can say the story is very good, and with Madhouse on the animation, I am very hyped for this one. Akane Banashi. With only your voice and body, master of the art, Akane Osaki, captivated since childhood by the magical performances of her father, Shinta Arakawa, witnesses a shocking incident during his decisive performance for promotion to Shin-Nuchi, master rank. 6 years later, now a high school student, she sets her sight on becoming a Shin-Nuchi herself, pushing forward in the highly competitive world of Rakugo. A passionate and authentic Rakugo drama begins now. Looks pretty good, and competitive Rakugo sounds very interesting. I will be checking this one out. Aishiteru game wo orasetai. Childhood friends Yukiya and Miku share everything, except their feelings. Ever since 6th grade, they've been playing a love game. They take turns saying, I love you, and whoever gets flustered first loses. Now in high school, their hearts are closer than ever, but will they finally find the courage to confess? If Kaguya-sama is so good, why isn't there a Kaguya-sama too, huh? Well, technically I guess it's kinda the opposite. Still a very interesting premise, but it could become repetitive really easily. It's all up to the execution at this point. Needy Girl Overdose. OMG Kawaii Angel, affectionately known as K-Angel, is the top streamer girl with 10 million subscribers, and not a day goes by without seeing her in action. Whether online, on TV, or at a live show, she's always surrounded by her cheering fans. Striving to catch up with K-Angel's popularity is a 3-girl streaming unit called Karamazov, and far removed from the world of those screaming is Kache, a girl who lives with her freeloader boyfriend, while working at a teen cafe. The story of the internet angel who captivated the world, woven by a girl who shines like a star, and girls who reach for that brilliance, and the story of you on the other side of the screen begins here. Now, this is based on a game, and game adaptations can be very hit or miss, so proceed with caution if it got your interest. Tongariboshi no Atelier. In a world where everyone takes wonders like magic spells and dragons for granted, Coco is a girl with a simple dream. She wants to be a witch, but everybody knows magicians are born, not made, and Coco was not born with the gift of magic. Resigned to her unmagical life, Coco is about to give up on her dream to become a witch. Until the day she meets Quifrey, a mysterious traveling magician. After secretly seeing Quifrey perform magic in a way she's never seen before, Coco soon learns what everybody knows might not be the truth. and discovers that her magical dream may not be as far away as it may seem. A simple yet pretty effective premise. It might be worth checking it out. Shunka Shuto Daikosha Haru no Mai. When the agent of spring, Hinagiku Kaiyo, is abducted, spring itself vanishes, plunging the world into unending winter. Refusing to give up, her devoted guard, Sakura Himedaka, searches for her for years. When Hinagiku suddenly returns, the two set out to restore the lost season, face the past that tore them apart, and reclaim the warmth they refused to lose again. A good drama is always welcome, and look, this spring-themed series is airing during the spring! You'll love to see it. Hokuto no Ken is getting a new anime adaptation, but will it give justice to such a name? In the year 1990X, the world is engulfed in a nuclear inferno. The seas have vanished, the earth lies in ruins. It seems all life has been wiped out, but humanity has not perished. Across the scorched and broken land, survivors cling to hope, desperately searching for food and water. However, their hopes are trampled underfoot by violence. Might makes right in this world, and the weak are crushed without mercy. From the depths of despair, a lone man with 7 scars in his chest emerges. His name is Kenshiro, heir to the legendary assassination art Hokuto Shinken. As he roams the wasteland in pursuit of his sworn enemy Shin, who stole his fiancée Yuria, Kenshiro answers the cries of the oppressed, becoming a beacon of hope in a world of despair. Standing in his path are brutal survivors of the apocalypse, their ambitions twisted by power and greed. In a world where the weak are prey and prayers go unheard, Kenshiro forges a path with his iron fists. Hokuto no Ken is a very big name, and considering how little I've heard about this anime, I don't think people are hopeful for it. But who knows, maybe it will surprise everyone. Class de 2番目可愛い女の子と友達になった. Maki Maehara, the class outcast, finally meets his first friend, Umi Asanagi, the second prettiest girl in class, and the center of everyone's attention. He's convinced she's out of his league, but as their unlikely friendship grows, Maki starts to wonder, could there be more than just friendship between them? This one can be a pretty compelling and cute story if they play their cards right. Replica datte koi o suru. When she doesn't feel well, when there's a test, when she doesn't want to go to school, I take her place. I'm her replica. I'm not meant for anything else. But that changed when I fell in love. I wear my hair up, so the boy I fell for knows it's me. We skip school and promise to meet again tomorrow, and every day after. I am her replica. Everything about me is borrowed and empty, but my heart is mine. Sounds pretty nice. I might have to take a peek and see if it's good. Niwatori Fighters. Keiji, the neighborhood cock of the walk, is more than just an ordinary rooster. He is humanity's greatest defender. His opponents may be 10 stories tall, but nothing is bigger than his stout heart and his fearsome battle cry, Kokekoko! I feel like I might get pulled back to Brazil if I watch this one, so I'll keep it in maybe. If I skip it once, I can do it twice. Otaku ni yasashi gyaru wa inai? Meet Takuya Seo, an otaku who sits behind the popular girls in class, Ijichi and Amane. Since they are people from different castes, you wouldn't expect them to have much in common. But when their worlds collide over a board eraser, Takuya slips out about his favorite anime, and Amane is rather quick to correct him. She says she is not a fan, but her familiarity with the series suggests otherwise. Could she be a fellow geek? Honestly, Gyarus are portrayed in such a cheerful way that just makes me happy by proxy. So even if it didn't quite catch me with the premise, I might give it a chance. Yomi no Tsugai. Oh, I would recognize those faces anywhere. This series made by Arakawa Hiromu, that made series such as Gin no Saji, the art for Arslan Senki, and most famously known for Full Metal Alchemist. Up until now, she has not let me down, so I have high hopes for this one. In a remote mountain village, under the watchful eyes of two stone guardians, the young Yuru contentedly lives off the land while staying close to the only family he has left, Asa, his precious twin sister. Asa, meanwhile, carries out a mysterious duty on behalf of the village while locked in a cage. Why is Asa a prisoner? And what other secrets does Yuru otherwise idyllic home hides? Ooh, another story about brotherhood? If so, count me in even more. I will be looking forward for this one. Speaking of another series that was made by a beloved author of mine is Dandelion, from Sorachi Hideaki. With that and the new Yusha Destroyers, Sorachi bros just keep on winning. But let's see what this one is about. Dandelion follows Tetsuo Tamba and Misaki Kurogane, members of the Japanese Angel Federation Send-Off Department. Their job? Tracking down restless, earthbound spirits and gently guiding them to the afterlife. While other angels rush to close their cases, the 21st Division Dandelion clan takes a different approach. Dandelion members Tetsuo Tamba and his leader, Misaki Kurogane, listen to its spirits' regrets and help them resolve what's holding them back. They even help a spirit who's an elderly man running at full speed, desperate to escape. The angels themselves are full of surprises. Tamba's permanent scowl and sharp tongue masks a deeply compassionate nature, while Kurogane is a formidable force. Despite her girlish appearance, she is rumored to have laid to rest the legendary soul of Musashi Miyamoto. As for me, I am very happy, and nothing can ruin my— Oh no, you stay away from me! Kami no Shizuku. World-renowned wine critic Yutaka Kanzaki has passed away, leaving behind a wine collection worth over 12 billion yen. His will states that his collection will be given to the one who can identify the origin and year of 12 wines he's chosen, the 12 apostles, and one that's superior even to them, the drops of God. Competing for the prize are Yutaka's son, Shizuku, who received a world-class education in wine, but rebelled against his father and has never drank a drop, and Issei Tomine, a young, charismatic wine critic, whom Yutaka had recently adopted as his son. What is wine? What is a parent and a child? What is life? The complex and fragment battle surrounding the legendary drops of God is about to begin. Okay, the idea of a wine-based anime is pretty cool, but why do the characters look like the Shed vs Soy Jack meme? I can't take this serious. Marriage Toxin. For centuries, the deadly arts have been perfected by those known as masters. Among them, the poison masters of the 5 great families hold the most fearsome power and influence. Hikaru Gero, heir to the poison masters Gero's family, has lived his entire life in the underworld, far removed from love or marriage. But when the Gero family head decrees that Hikaru's sister must bear an heir to preserve the bloodline, by force if necessary, Hikaru resolves to protect her at all costs. It is then that Hikaru encounters Mei Kinosaki, a brilliant marriage swindler who becomes the target of his latest job. Realizing that the only way of solving the family's succession problem is protecting his sister is through marriage, Hikaru impulsively asks Mei for help in finding a bride. Go for it, Nakamura! Okay, this might sound bad, but I don't find BL that interesting. Generally, it's not my cup of tea. But I have to talk about Go For It Nakamura, or the Fujoshi gremlin that lives in my walls who is not going to shut up. Love at first sight is no myth. Just ask Okuto Nakamura. Whenever his dreamy classmate, Aiki Hirose, enters the room, his heart skips a bit, despite the fact that they've never actually spoken. Not to mention Nakamura is a complete klutz with 0 friends. Will he ruin his chances at love before it even begins? What I find interesting is that the aforementioned gremlin said she doesn't like romances, but all the romances I suggested her she absolutely loved, and this one sounds like your very normal rom-com. Maybe she's just a tsundere. Kori no Joheki. Socially inept, Higawa Koyuki maintains a wall between herself and other people. She spends her time in high school alone until she meets Amamiya Minato, a boy who keeps trying to close the distance between them for some reason. The loner Koyuki, the popular Miki, the boundaryless Minato, and the kind basketball player Yota. This is a story about four complicated and confused young people and their mixed up lives. Last season, Seihantai na Kimi Toboku was an incredible experience in my opinion. And Kori no Johiki is from the same creator, Agasawa Kocha. But will this one be as good as Seihantai? And for just one more famous author, we have Mao by Takahashi Rumiko. That has so many creations under her name, you must know at least one of them. A curse that binds past and present. Mao, a young mystic who lives in the Taisho period of early 1900s Japan, is a mysterious onmyoji who, after suffering a life-altering curse, has continued to live for 900 long years. His world becomes even stranger when he meets Nanoka Kiba, a junior high schooler who seems to have traveled from the future. In spite of her tender years, Nanoka has lived a strange life herself, marked by her traumatic experience as a young child, losing both her parents to a grisly accident. But then, Nanoka decides to return to that fateful shopping arcade. She is transported to another time and place, a world where supernatural Ayakashi thrive in an era long before her own. There, she meets Mao, whose abrupt and bizarre questions prompt Nanoka to see herself and her curious life in a completely new light. Now, the two travelers from different worlds unite as they take on the dark powers that grip both their lives. Standard Rumiko sensei right here. Reminds me a lot of Inuyasha too. Nothing more I can say. Well, I guess this will be it for spring. Overall, it looks pretty promising. But will the series actually hold up? Maybe there were some big stinkers over here. Anyway, thanks for being here. Hope to see you again.